just like I'm a wall of talking.
Jamaica.
Brown boss.
Brown Boss Bay.
Girl, you got perfectly.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome to my channel, Brown Boss Jamaica Tours. Now in this video today, I'll be focusing mainly on the infrastructural upgrades being done close to the Transport Center in Montego Bay and also the proposed transformation of the Transport Center. Alright, so ensure that you watch the video in its entirety. I have a lot in store for you, and also we'll be flying the drone over the Transport Center, so you don't want to miss that part. And I also have an exciting reveal that I'll show to you, so ensure to watch the video so that you can see what I'm referring to. Alright, so I'm gonna start by reading an article from the Gleaner back on July 20, 2025, and it reads: Montego Bay Mayor Richard Vernon, who is also chairman of the St. James Municipal Corporation, says that going forward, all construction approvals for commercial buildings must include the creation of grease traps to catch discarded food waste. Vernon, who was speaking at Thursday's monthly meeting of the St. James Municipal Corporation, said the National Water Commission (NWC) recently expressed concern to him about restaurant waste entering their piping system, and I quote, "We are doing some infrastructure upgrades in the Lightbody Avenue and Fish Lane area in Montego Bay, changing out the sewage system there, and it has impacted a section of Barnett Street, creating a sink in the vicinity of the Court store." Now I'm going to show you a flashback back on October 2024 when I came to Railway Lane. Well, I was doing a video on the proposed works set to be done here at the Transport Center in Montego Bay, St. James. Alright, I was just highlighting the poor road conditions that has been plaguing the Montego Bay area. Yeah, this has been going on for a very long time. As you can see, the roads are very bad. You know, you have to be driving really slowly going through these potholes. Very huge potholes right now, guys. But I'll be showing you the current situation shortly. Alright, so just look at the state of the road and you'll see that work has been done to get this fixed. Well, they have fixed this area a number of times and it just goes back to this state. Alright, let's hope that the new fixes that they're doing right now will stay a longer time, trust me. Now I'm going to reveal the current situation right now of the repairs done on this roadway, and I'll continue reading the article for you. When I had dialogue with the NWC, they were concerned that too much waste from restaurants is entering their system. It creates a buildup in that system and then causes spillback of the waste, which then runs onto the roadway. I understand that a safe food program is being looked at or has started to ensure that all restaurants are compliant with the requirement for the grease traps. I believe we should take it a little bit further, where in submissions for all these commercial buildings, whether or not you tell us you are going to allow restaurants to operate there. You must have the grease trap. It is costing us significantly in the long run, so this is something that we are willing to adopt in our planning department as part of the condition of approval for building construction. Vernon is urging the St. James Health Department to collaborate with the St. James Municipal Corporation in ensuring that approval of any building plans include verification that such plans include grease traps within their outline.
Go on now. Yeah, man, me there, man. Yeah, man, I walk through, man. The one who could be there, you know?
Okay.
Alright. Yeah, man, respect. Morning.
This is a part you need to review as the public health department. So when you get the building plan from us, ensure that you are satisfied that the requisite grease trap is in place or will be in place based on the plan to abate that situation. We are committed to ensuring that we play our part, but we need your continued support to ensure that that part is properly monitored. But we do not want to approve any commercial development that will be rented, especially to shops and other operations, and they do not have grease traps, said Vernon. In responding to Vernon, Sharika Lewis, the St. James Health Department's acting chief public health inspector, acknowledged that her organization needs to pay more attention to the issue of grease trap maintenance by food establishments. And I quote, "The grease traps form a part of the sewage and wastewater monitoring that we do. I know that once there is no overflow where any nuisance is being created by the lack of a grease trap or proper wastewater disposal system, we do not pay much attention to that part of it," said Lewis. But since the issue has been coming up, we will be working with the St. James Municipal Corporation's building department here to ensure that persons put in grease traps. The maintenance of the grease traps is critical because a nuisance will be created once they are not maintained, end quote. The St. James Health Department previously sought to address concerns about the contribution of food waste, including grease and oil, from food establishments to sewage overflows in the Montego Bay Business District in October 2021. Concerns were also raised that improperly disposed food grease may have helped to cause a buildup of waste in the city's drainage system, leading to flooding in sections of the western city in November that year.
Yeah, man. Go on. Hey. Yeah, man, she good, man. Around this, so. So I got you. You know, so big things that are going around here, so. A big things that are going around here, so, you know. Okay. I replace the sewage, the drainage system. Yeah. Okay.
Now, I must say that I'm actually impressed with the level of progress with the road repairs of Railway Lane and also here at Fish Lane. Yes, guys, really amazing work they have put in. Passing through this area, I've seen a lot of workmen here, some big machinery, digging up the sewage system and having the pipes replaced. And here is the, well, they're still working on it. As you can see, it's still unfinished, but I'm just showing you the progress right now of this area. So this is the entrance to the park, the transportation center here in Montego Bay. Now, as you know, they have added some new fencing, perimeter fencing around the entire park. You can see it here. Persons are still disposing of garbage at this section, and also they are urinating on the walls, as you can see the stain marks. All right, and there you have the drain. It looks clean compared to how it usually looked back in the day, because when I used to go to school here in Montego Bay, you know, looking in the over that section used to be very horrible, and the stench was unbearable. All right, I'm gonna walk right now down Fish Lane so I can show you guys the level of progress in this area. Now, coming from country, because I used to live in Catadupa, St. James, you know, taking the bus, especially when it's late. Let's say it's beyond 6 p.m. You have to come along this section behind courts so you can take the bus. When it's very, very late now, you have to walk straight up railway lane so you can meet the bus because person will be running to, you know, just to get a seat in the bus because it was really tight. A lot of persons were going home late, so you cannot let the bus miss you. All right, so look at this area right now, guys. This is the new wall for persons who are used to this area. You might not have seen this wall, but they have constructed the perimeter wall right here at the transport center, and you'll see stain marks. People are still urinating on this wall, and there was a garbage receptacle here, a concrete structure. It looks as if they have removed it. Yeah, it has been removed, because I was wondering while walking, the place looks strange. Yeah, but this is the level of progress right now at this section. Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and stay tuned, guys. I'm going to fly the drone shortly so that you can get like an overall perspective of this area, and also I'll be covering the transport center, all right, and give you an update on the proposed works that are going to be done with the transformation of the transport center. All right, stay tuned, my people. Now I'm standing right in front of Courts Jamaica here at Barney Street in Montego Bay. So I'm going to show you where the massive sinkhole was. There it is. You can see the vehicle driving over it now, and the police van is over it as well. So it was a massive hole, guys. Trust me. I remember when I used to drive here, I had to stay on the right because the sinkhole was very huge. Trust me, guys. But I'm really glad now they have repaired it, and they've also made repairs to the sewage system so as to avoid the wastewater from clogging up in the sewage pipes and causing problems having that sewage water to run on the roadway. Hopefully they're able to fix the issue with creating the grease traps and preventing the clogging of the sewage pipes. All right, but let me know what you think about all of this in the comment section below. Now I'm on the inside of the transport center. I'm just showing you where the old receptacle used to be at. Have a look at the perimeter wall right now that they erected recently. You can see the no urinating sign or writing on the wall. And look at the stain marks here from the urine. Trust me, guys, this area, you don't want to smell this. The stench is very high. And let me know what you think can be done to prevent persons from urinating on this wall. Trust me, it's not a good look for the transport center here in Montego Bay. Something needs to be done. Alright, guys, so I'm going to fly the drone right now so that you can have an aerial perspective of this section here of Fish Lane, of the works that they have done in regards to replacing the sewage pipe and fixing the roadway. Yeah, let's have a look at this section. Whenever it's like 7 p.m. or beyond, you'll see here like filled with taxis. going to different sections like Cambridge, Anchovy, Catadupa, a whole lot of different places in St. James. And also on Sundays, this area is filled with taxis because the transport center is closed on that day. So the drivers will just pile up here and persons would take taxi at this area. But look at the level of progress right now, as all Montegonians would know that this area was very bad in terms of a lot of potholes. So it's a good look with the sewage replacements being done and fixing the roadway and installing the grease trap. All right, so hopefully this can prevent the sewage from overflowing and entering into the NWC pipes and causing mayhem here at the transport center. So I'm going to go up further. You can see the surrounding area. You can see railway lane. Yeah, look at the level of progress right there on the roadway. Trust me, guys, that road was like impossible back in the day. You had to drive very slowly, navigating those large potholes. Yeah, just look at the buildings in and around this area. Yeah, mostly commercial buildings, but you have some persons who live at that section. So I'm going, well, the drone actually got away from me because the breeze was strong. So I'm going over the People's Arcade right now and then hover over the transport center. Please bear with me, guys, because at certain points the drone was shaking. So I had to do some cuts here and there. So you might be seeing me skipping some frames, all right? So I'm just showing you an aerial view of Fish Lane. You can see courts there towards the left, other buildings towards the right, and that's the road along Barnett Street. And also you can see St. James Street there in the distance. Yeah, I didn't know that certain buildings here in Montego Bay had like solar panels. Look at courts, the amount of solar panels that they have. Yeah, really modern way to conserve energy. So I was watching the news last year and I saw where the mayor of Montego Bay, Richard Vernon, displays a map of downtown Montego Bay to Transport Minister Darrell Vaz, Chairman of the Transport Authority Owen Ellington, and other stakeholders doing a tour of the People's Arcade and the Montego Bay Transportation Center. So I decided to do a walking tour and I came here and got the views of certain people in this area.
But they fix the road if you come in the park. Fix up the park.
We see it, man. Right now I couldn't even come in.
Alright, may I show you, look for a vehicle like that. Right, the 4 passenger in it. Come in.
For real.
Yes, the back road they want to deal with. And the sewage in the town want to deal with too. Yeah, man. Right now if you walk out, there's a raw sewage running in the town.
So this was taken from an extract back on August 26, 2024, that the Tourism Minister Darrell Vaz has proposed a new urban center as part of repurposing of the space known as the People's Arcade in downtown Montego Bay, St. James. So up until now, I still haven't gotten any updates on the transformation of this transport center here in Montego Bay, St. James. But as soon as I get an update, I'll let you know. Alright, I'll share it on this channel. So ensure that you subscribe right now so that you can get all the updates as soon as I post them. So look at this stunning view right now of the transport center with the Caribbean Sea there in the backdrop. Yeah, really amazing, guys. Trust me. Alright, so I'm just going over the transport center right now. You can see it's fairly empty because it was early in the morning when I came here. Yeah, just look at this section right now. Brings back memories, you know, going to school on weekdays and taking the bus right at this section. Yeah, look at the Caribbean Sea. You can see Pier 1 from this end. Yeah, and also the peninsula there over Freeport. Alright, so I'm going to scroll over the transport center a bit. And stay tuned, guys. I'll show you a reveal when the drone got away from me again. It will go over the roadway and I'll show you a new development that's hidden there. Alright, so stay tuned. Alright my people, here is a special reveal that the drone accidentally caught. So when I got home I had to review it, and I was surprised by the development at this section, so I had to come back a second day and do another video. Alright, so I went up close to this section here just to show you guys what's going on at this end at the waterfront here in Montego Bay near Howard Cooke Highway. I thought that it was connected to the Montego Bay fishing village at this section, but I went ahead to ask the fishermen and they said that it had nothing to do with them. Alright, it was actually something like a water sport venue of some sort that's going to be built at this section, you know, offering different services like jet cars, jet skis, and a number of other services. All right, I'm not sure how true this is. If you have any information on this, please let me know in the comment section below. If you want to get this service right now of experiencing the jet car here in Montego Bay, you can book with me right now. Contact me through WhatsApp 1-876-352-7711. Well, yes, I was given this information by a fisherman from the fishing village towards the left that there is going to be a water sport center. You know, they're going to provide water sport activities at this section here, you know, close to Pier 1. All right, let me know what you think about this. And I've actually asked them because I've seen some updates online, or I've seen some information online about promises being made to have the fishing village here improved, but this has been going on for a very long time. They've gotten promises but no actual fulfillment of these promises. Only thing I've seen was back on March 13, 2018 on the Jamaica Gleaner, and it reads, fisher folk at the River Bay Fishing Village in Montego Bay, St. James are unhappy with the Urban Development Corporation, the UDC, which they say is not forthcoming with what plans are in place to integrate the village into a multi-million-dollar upgrade and a boardwalk project planned for the second city. According to the fisher folk, the village has the potential to be a major attraction, but the authorities have been mum on whether the village, which is an integral part of the general landscape, will be included in the development. Fisher folk told the Gleaner that the fishing village, which is located in the proximity of Howard Cooke Boulevard, sits on 2 acres of land on the waterfront and has more than 90 registered members. It is one of the most recognized fishing villages in Jamaica. The fisher folk believe that with their input, the village could be transformed into a major attraction for locals and tourists alike. And I quote, "We have several plans for the village. A plan to build a boat building facility and restaurants," said Hilton. "We intend to design shop spaces, extend the bathroom facilities, create a workshop to fix and modify boat engines, and establish a museum on property to view certain sea artifacts." Yes, my people, so I've spoken with some of the fishermen at the fishing village right here, and they've shared their disappointment based on the amount of promises they have gotten and yet to be fulfilled. It's been years right now, and they're still awaiting for some movement, you know, some sort of development to take place at this section. All right, because this can be very helpful with boosting the country's economy. All right, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let's have a discussion about this area. All right, as this is very important to Jamaica, you know, especially Montegonians.